Happy New Year, and we're back on the channel. I have this iPhone 7 that was released in 2016, and it just has my second SIM in there. And my friend, he dared me, said, Yannick, use this phone as your main phone, like only phone, for just a week. I thought that was an interesting dare and something that I can share with you guys in this channel. Let me just give you some context. I exclusively use an Android phone. I'm not really like a fanboy. I don't hate Apple. I prefer Android only because of Android is open source and there's room to customize every bit of the experience on the phone, which I like. Is that I'm not new to Apple or iOS. My only editing machine right now is a Mac, and I've had iPod touches before. The rules is I have to use this phone exclusively for at least a week, as if it's my real phone. So I'm gonna take my SIM out of this phone and put it in this one. I'm gonna put this phone in a drawer, and I'm gonna just use iOS as if it was my only phone, set it up and see if I can carry on my normal life of things that I need to do for the week, just working with iOS. The biggest concern with switching a SIM, if you live in the Caribbean or anywhere outside of America, is WhatsApp. So I'm gonna make sure that I back up my WhatsApp first. That way when I go over, I should be able to pick up WhatsApp exactly where I left off. Backing up my messages right now. Shutting down this phone right now. January 1st, by the way. It probably won't be by the time you're watching this, so know that I have to make it up until at least January 7th. Picking it in this. Are connected. See, I already have a couple of apps already installed on this. My whole Google suite of apps that's there: Calendar, Chrome, Google Keep. My preferred to-do list choice, Todoist, is here. Telegram is here. I just need to get WhatsApp, and now WhatsApp is downloading successfully. I'm gonna make incremental updates about things that I encounter while using this phone mainly. Okay, so it's asking me to restore from iCloud. I don't have any iCloud information on WhatsApp, and it's saying if I won't be able to restore later if I decline to restore now. So I'm gonna download Google Drive, to which there's a WhatsApp backup, and hope that they can talk to each other. WhatsApp has been booted up. There's no real chats. I've just really been re-added to groups, so there's nothing there. So from here forward, I'm just gonna be reporting to you what's going on. Okay, so things I'm used to when starting up a new phone, because I'm always mainly been on the Android ecosystem. I start up a phone and log in to my Gmail, just everything comes in. So right now I don't have all my contacts. I thought even Apple contacts synced with my Google contacts because I have contacts on my laptop. So right now I'm trying to see if I can get some sort of synchronization going on. It's kind of crazy, but figuring it out. We have the curious case of the Android with a smartwatch and an iPhone. So there is an app. So I'm gonna see. After restarting, I managed to get the phone to pick up the watch. So this is good. This is good to know that for the most part Android Wear is gonna work. We're connected. The watch is on. That's dope. It's day one of strictly iPhone, and I'll be honest, it's going good. It's actually really going good. I'm enjoying the phone. It's pretty fluid. I'm not missing a lot of stuff, but there are some complaints I have. Obviously this is an iPhone 7, so I already know that we're dealing with no headphone jack, which means no music in the whip because I don't use a Bluetooth receiver in the whip. Yeah, just no music on a whim. I have Bluetooth headphones and stuff, but I haven't even put music on this thing yet. My number one gripe for this so far is the difference in the app stores. I can't really be bothered to put on a bunch of songs. Maybe I'm just gonna go stream because I have a Spotify subscription right now. So I go into the app store and I look for Spotify and it gives me an error. So pretty much I will open up my phone and I'll look for Spotify and it won't be in the app store. What the problem is, what I'm noticing is that Spotify is in the US app store and I'm in the Jamaican app store. Someone could say, yo, just change to the US app store. No, it doesn't work like that anymore. I actually have my Jamaican card that's hooked up to the app store and I use a Jamaican card, so I have to put in a Jamaican billing address which locks me into the Jamaican app, so I can't get Spotify. But thus far every other app that I need has been there with no issues. There is actually something I saw on the internet of how I can bypass that iTunes store by using this thing called Cydia, where I can force the app into my phone. I'm gonna try it. I want to be fair in this like comparison, or when I couldn't access the app on the app store, I was just like, yes, Android has won. But I have an Android and my relationship to Android, it's not rooted. I don't have custom firmware on it. I'm actually running it really stock and it's working fine. But Android has the ability to do something called side loading apps, meaning if you can download apps from outside the app store. Normally, it's not like forbidden or hidden anything. I wanted to see if there's an option to do something similarly on the iPhone without jailbreaking. According to a tutorial I read, all I really have to do is just download this thing to my computer and find the IPA, which is pretty much the extension for an Apple app. Just use my lightning cable and I'll just be able to push it to my phone. So I'm gonna see if we're gonna be in luck today. Okay, just gonna drag it over here. Okay, so this is it open. I've downloaded the Spotify IPA. It's picked up my phone and it's picked up the install extender, so I'm gonna click start. You need to put in your Apple account, which seems sus, but it's only because this app needs to spoof a phone or the iPhone so that it thinks it's actually being written from a store. Okay, I missed a step. So for real this time now. I wasn't putting in the use. We're getting somewhere. Network extensions feature. Come on. Third problem I've bucked up on just to sideload one app. It's quite lengthy installation. It says complete. So I'm gonna swipe, and if it works, Spotify should be on this screen. Bomboclat. So apparently I need to make this like a trusted developer. I did find the setting I needed to find, so let's see if it opens now. Ah, my thing. You saw pretty much everything I had to go through from start to finish to get that app on my phone. I know some of you already have Spotify on your phone and saying, why do you have to do this? You probably don't have a card attached to your iOS account, or you probably have already downloaded the Spotify while it was still in the Jamaica store and they took it out. It's much easier to do that on Android. I have to do way too much stuff just to get simple Spotify on my phone. So the battery life is pretty good though. I am really missing fast charging right now on day 3. I put in charger this morning and it's only halfway. The good thing is I do have a car charger. Yeah, so at least I got a car charger. I'm able to just charge my phone like anybody else. No music, obviously. It does feel like I'm coming across as if I'm ragging on the iPhone, which I'm not. Probably around when it was like the iPhone 4. iOS was to me, it was a bit weak around them time there, because the share options, like you take a photo and you wouldn't be able to share to certain apps. Like, even though I'm complaining about some small things, the average day-to-day usage, I must say, is really good. I don't feel uncomfortable. I've been using the phone. I must say the battery life is pretty good. It lasts pretty much all day. I'd actually say thus far it's going much better than I expected. Even no music in my car isn't really that bad, because sometimes I do like to just drive and hear myself think versus just listening to music all the time. It's the end of the day, and y'all saw that like around 10 or so a.m. I wasn't even full. I think I came out of my car with maybe like 74%, and it's 6:45 and it's at 2%. I can work with that. That's pretty good. That's like a whole work day. That's proper. I didn't plug it in on my way home. Like, that was just it straight. That's a win for battery life today. So it's day 5 of this iPhone challenge, and I have to say I'm really missing playing music in the whip. Earlier I was just like, hey, it's alright, but driving around, sometimes the drive doesn't feel as long if you have some music, so kinda missing some music. But for a positive note, I'm really enjoying the camera on the iPhone. The camera on my Android phone is pretty decent, and like I've gotten some really wicked pictures out of it. What I really like about the Apple camera though is the color science as well as its performance in low light. Apple has a really nice color science that reminds me of Canon cameras, that just pretty much how they interpret color, just like a regular picture before you edit it, is always a greater starter point. The camera launches a hair faster than on my Android phone. Not significantly different, but I always find it easy to just swipe left to get the camera from the lock screen. I really like that. Oh. Day 12. I promised 7 days, and it's been 12 days with the iPhone 7. I still didn't feel like I was finished really putting the phone through its paces and understanding like the whole comparisons. I was still making notes about things in general, so I needed more time. So that's really it. The fact that I could last this long comfortably is a testament to what an iPhone and iOS offers nowadays. There are definitely things that I really did enjoy about iOS, like love. My favorite iOS feature is AirDrop. Essentially, you turn on your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on one OS X or iOS device, and you do the same on another, and then you open AirDrop, which is like just a Windows panel, and you can transfer any file except music between devices, like without connecting to a Wi-Fi network. It's really quick and really easy. As soon as I'm finished editing a photo in Lightroom on my computer, I can get it to my phone in a matter of seconds without having to do anything else. That's pretty dope. I do like the iPhone's camera. I do think that the lead that they had previously, where it was like an obvious big gap between like Android and iOS, the gap isn't that big. As you can see, this is more like a personal comparison. So I'll just put up some pictures that I took with this. I actually like the video quality too. I don't really like taking videos with smartphones. It's not really something I've personally got into, but I like taking videos with this. Ironically, I have an app on this that makes videos look like a VHS quality. I don't really like the video that comes out of this. iPhone 4 video camera too. The headphone jack is a universal standard still, even if Apple wants to go around. I remember I went to a studio and an engineer there said our artists had to go back home for their Lightning headphone adapter because they had some exclusive music on their phone that they needed to play that existed nowhere else. You have Siri on iOS, Google Assistant on Android. Well, I find Siri's responsiveness to the initiation command to be a bit better than Android. I'd say Siri's responsiveness in my experience is about an 8 out of 10, and I'd say on Android it's maybe like a 6 or 7. When you get emailed an audio file, you can't save it. Android doesn't have an issue with any of them. I get emailed anything, a file, I'll be able to download and access it here. This, not so much. A good summary sentence for this whole experience is that iOS can get everything that I need to do on a daily basis done well, except music. But Android gives me that control that I need every once in a while. That's critical for me, that I really still need. So that's why I have to go back to Android as my primary device. I'll still be using both